Don't you mistake my reflection for glorification, and don't you glorify that life. There's no love in the penitentiary. None. The second after you put your work in for your people, everybody's just like, oh well, he's fucked. There is respect, but everybody knows you're done. You're gone, and nobody talks about you no more. The only respect and the only love is for self, that you put in your work, and you're not that dude walking around who didn't play his part. That's the only reason I would always raise my hand, is because I felt awkward if I didn't play my part. I don't care. I knew I was always a general from the gate, but this is a militant lifestyle, and there is ranks, so I had to rise just like everybody else. I knew I was going to be the top. I always have been, because I just have that commitment and that love for my people. But you're going to have to rise through the ranks. This is a militant lifestyle, and being militant as it is, that means what? There's fall guys, there's infantry, there's people whose lives are thrown away for the greater good of the whole. So you have to understand this when you're rolling the dice and you're about to enter the California prison system. It's numbers, drugs, and weapons, violence. This is the penitentiary. You don't know the rage someone feels when they're fronted on by somebody else, and you know that when them cell doors crack, you're gonna have to book each other. This is a crazy amount of just massive adrenaline flow that comes from within. I mean, these people come in, they come in weak, undereducated, and feeling threatened by the whole system, and they leave massively violent. We're talking 17-year-old kids that come in with 17 years. I talked to one of my boys today who just got out, who was just in that same situation. They're looking for validation. In a militant lifestyle, your rankings, your badging, that's just extreme validation seeking. It can be good or bad depending on how you see the whole spectrum of the situation. We never want to get ourselves in the position to be put up against this. The drugs operate the whole system. The numbers instill that everybody stays in line, and the numbers are pushed by violence. You're not going to get away with what you think you're going to get away with on the street. The second you're slipping, you get booked. The homeboy demon and the homeboy lefty, they stabbed this dude in the Sally Port about 30 fucking times because they thought it was going to bring him to a certain rank in the system. All they did was get hit with a shitload of time, get scared, tell on like 10 people, and lock that shit up. Do you think they regret it or not? Do you think they regret that shit? I honestly learned to not regret anything I've gone through in life. But in that moment, when they're telling you, you're washed, your life is over, what are you going to do? Are you going to bitch up, or are you going to take that fucking time? You read my paperwork, I took that time. Do I regret it? Obviously not. I did it right. But there's no right scenario when you're doing a decade plus, when you're doing a stretch in the penitentiary. The only right scenario is to constantly follow your conscience to get the best outcome for everybody possible in this situation. And some of these times it's going to be miscued. It's going to be unclear, like in life. So following your conscience, letting your conscience be your guide, and truly meaning to help people over hurt them. It seems ridiculous when I'm talking about such a violent situation, but there is a fine line. And there is times where you're going to have to just fucking raise your fucking hand and put in the work for your people. Watching the drugs wash people's lives up, watching the pain it causes their family, watching these motherfuckers beg their family for extra money they don't need for dope when their family's struggling on the street. This is the stuff that changes someone's character from within. When you truly see this for how fucking weak it is on a blasted ass, supposed tough motherfucker, you get to really realize what all this shit's built about. It's built about selfishness. If you really want to operate at a high level, if you want to raise your frequency in life, if you want to draw in the correct people that are supposed to be in your life, you have to work in a selfless manner. And in all reality, once I got into power in the system, people knew I cared, so they fucking listened to me more. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I would sit down with them. I would tell them, you're gonna put this fucking work in. You're gonna go to yard. You're gonna do this shit I ask you. But I'm going to give you the safest route, and I'm going to explain to you why it's the safest route. I'm going to tell you to limit your vices so that you don't end up in a bad situation. I'm going to personally make sure that you're not fucking with dope. You're not working with the wrong people. You're not slipping on your program. I'm going to go out of my way to put myself in harm's way to make sure you don't get all of us in a crazy situation. This is militant lifestyle at the finest, at the highest degree, at its finest. This is the penitentiary. Fools die every fucking day. Fools get whacked every day. It's such a common occurrence that you see someone get booked and you're like, fuck, man, now I just got to lay down on the ground for 4 hours in the sun. You don't even care that fool's life is done. He's going to some other yard. He's not even going to talk to his family for fucking weeks. He's going through all the drama of not knowing what happened, if he could be good again. Good meaning if he has to go PC, whatever the fuck. Sometimes it's not so clear. People can come back from a dope debt. Sometimes they can't. Sometimes they get removed because they've charged up too many debts. They've been too detrimental to their race. And it's just too much. They get removed. They're no good no more. They're not allowed back. And sometimes these are bad fucking calls. I talked about when Spider got whacked in an earlier video. That was a horrible call. He had to sit in the back until he got the word from the big homeboys that he was good to come back again with a massive slash mark down his fucking face. This means in the system, in Cali's system, that you're a fucking chomo. You're a rapist. You're a piece of shit. You got fucking trademarked. You come in with that fucking charge because you were 19 and your chick was 17 and they gave you that statutory charge. You better believe you're fucked. You can't explain that. Motherfuckers, like I've said before, with the indecent exposure acts, everything like that is going to lead to a fucking horrible existence. And I'm just saying, it's numbers, drugs, and violence in the pen. That's it. There's no love. Because everyone wants to say we're brothers, we're fighting towards this ultimate thing. But in the end, they don't remember your fucking name. Nobody fucking has your back when you go away. Fools do talk good about you. There's a small fucking handful that'll actually, when they get out, send you some money or write you or whatever. But life goes the fuck on. So what the main point is, you got to be okay with the decisions you make in this life to get yourself where you want to be. I always was just pumped on my ability to sacrifice. The sacrifice I put in to be who I want to be was what drove me daily. The character I was creating. I didn't give a fuck about the whole system and all that shit. I saw it as a movie. I stepped back in my head and I envisioned creating something I would watch. Something I'm thrilled on, something that makes me proud. And does all the violence that I had to commit in there make me proud? Fuck no. But the ability to put myself in harm's way, to sacrifice for our common goal is something that's transferable out here. Now, is it gonna fit all you soft motherfuckers who say, but Wes, now you're saying this positive shit. What about all that violence back then? Are you proud of it? Fuck no, I ain't proud of it. But that shit's relatable. The same motherfuckers that talk shit about the pen, they'll probably talk shit about war. This shit must happen. There's certain situations in life that violence is deemed acceptable, and in these places, it has to fucking happen. Now, if the person comes back and preys on civilians, he's a piece of shit. But if he does it for the common good of his people, he's not. We have to be able to know that intentions are our main trademark for who we are as an individual. It don't matter what the fuck I say. It rarely even matters how I act. It's about how I make you feel and how you feel about me. This is what matters. The intention is everything. I tell people all the time, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I said that. But in your heart, do you think I'm a bad guy? Does my energy tell you that I would really harm you or hurt you? Fuck no, it doesn't. You know I want good for you. And that's what we go by. That's the language of the universe. In all your relationships in life, go by the true feeling of the energy, not what is said in the moment. We all fuck up in the moment. The most foolish thing is when somebody in your life that you love fucks up in the moment and you hold them to that when you've willingly or knowingly done that before. Now you're fucking up a whole relationship that you know in your heart isn't flawed. Energy from that individual that you know is pure. Be fucking real. Listen to the language of the universe, which is energy exchanges, vibration, and all the above. We know the fucking answers. Look the motherfuck within.